Hey ICSE people, it seems like yesterday that I posted that we had 10 days left for the board exams and now we've got 5 days left for the board exams. I'm saying 5 although it's 7 because you never know what's going to happen in the last 2 days. You know, like I've got 2 people who fell sick, 2 of my students have fallen sick this week and you don't know what it's going to be like. You know, you need that buffer. So just assume in your head that you only have 5 days left. I hope that you guys have stopped eating outside food at this point. That includes packaged food as well. Don't eat raw vegetables, raw fruits, salads. Avoid karo. You never know, it could lead to food poisoning. It's just be very careful about your diet. Be very careful about having fun with friends outside when you're walking, pushing each other. You never know what tiny prank might turn into a major accident, you know. So just be very careful. Also, I have realized that a lot of you have certain dialogues which you are not very comfortable with even at this point. So, you know, now this week, whenever I travel, I'm going to use this commute time to just try and explain those dialogues across to you. These major dialogues from Merchant of Venice. For instance, when we talk about Act 4, there's a dialogue where Portia asks Antonio if he has any last words and he says, but little. And then he goes into this whole speech about fortune. A lot of people are not comfortable with that dialogue. So I'm going to try explaining that to you. I hope this helps. Antonio says, but little, as in that's a response to Portia's question. Do you have something to say? He says, but little, like I've got a few words. Then he tells Bassanio, give me your hand, Bassanio. And he says, grieve not, as in don't be sad, Bassanio, that I'm in this situation. For is because. Anywhere in Merchant of Venice, wherever you read the word for, that's because. Because fortune herein shows herself to be kinder, more kind than is her custom. He says, you know, fortune is not normally kind to people. But with me, she's kinder this time in this situation. How? So you ask yourself, why is he saying this? So that's the next line. He says, fortune shows herself to be more kind than is her custom. Because it is still her use. Her over here is fortune. It is fortune's use is habit, custom. It is fortune's custom, habit, to make sure that the wretched man over here is a miserable man, a common man, a man outlives his wealth. Outlives means spends all his wealth. And views with a hollow eye and wrinkled brow. Now both these words, right, hollow eyes and wrinkled brow, represents old age. Alright, but those are keywords. So fortune ensures that a man outlives his wealth, point number 1, and views with a hollow eye and wrinkled brow, grows old with or in an age of poverty. So if I had to revise these lines and write it as an answer, I would just change the order. So it becomes, fortune is kinder than is her custom because it is fortune's habit to ensure that a man outlives his wealth and grows old in an age of poverty, or views an age of poverty with a hollow eye and wrinkled brow, from which misery, from which lingering penance means prolonged suffering, from the state of suffering, she again is fortune, doth cut me off means she has saved me. How? By killing him at this stage. So he's saying she has saved me the embarrassment of growing old in an age of poverty. He's being sarcastic, he's being bitter, but he's actually saying that this death is much better than growing old in a miserable poverty, because he's assuming that his ships are never going to return, and none of his ships have actually returned on time. So he's assuming he's going to grow old in poverty. Then he again tells Bassanio, repent not you, Bassanio. Then he gives a set of tasks to Bassanio. He says, commend me to your honorable wife, tell her how I died, speak me fair in death, say good things about me, tell her, and then bid her be judge. Ask her to judge whether Bassanio once had a true love, whether I was your true love or not, true friend or not. Alright, that's bromance. And then he says, repent not you, Bassanio, because I don't repent paying your debt. For comes in, which is because if the Jew doth cut deep enough, if today Shylock cuts deep enough, then I'll be paying this debt, I'll be paying this karza of yours with all my heart. That's an interesting pun, because if Shylock cuts deep enough, then he'll get my heart out. So I'll be paying it with my heart literally, and I'll be paying it with my heart willingly. I'll be paying this debt willingly. So that was one dialogue. I'm gonna keep making short videos about major dialogues. If you can think of any, like I know what dialogues you guys need. This, then the mercy speech, then Act 5 the music wala dialogue, then Act 5 the second music wala dialogue, then Act 5 Portia ka Nightingale wala dialogue, and the candle wala dialogue. I'm going to address all of those dialogues in each short video. But if you can think of any more dialogues that you're not very comfortable with, Act 3 Scene 3, the commodities that aliens have, I'll explain that. Then Act 4, when Portia turns the tables on him and she says that the law has yet another hold on you. And then also the idea of mercy, what mercy does each one show. All of those things I'll cover in small videos as and when I get the time. But do leave your doubts in the comment section, and if you find this helpful, then do let me know. I mean, it's nice to see some love. So I love you too. Bye.